Hi guys, and welcome to another video here on Level 10 Gamers. As you can see, it is finally done. And it's time to talk a little bit about this build and about what kind of a journey it's been. It's been a little bit of an up and down. First off, I'll just say I'm sorry about the audio. My regular microphone is broken still, so I'm just using the built-in the camera. So if there's a bit of room noises, I'm sorry. I'll try to do my best to keep the echoes out. But okay, let's get to it. Basically, it's now done. It's in its complete form. Only thing I'm missing is a little sticker that I'm going to have around here that says Level 10 Gamers on it, just because I want to. So, when it comes to parts, it's not the build that I set out to build at the start of this build. Some of you may have seen this video showing some of the issues I've had basically with the ROG Zenith board that I bought first. That broke, or was broken, and they are very known to be not so good. They're not bad boards, but they're just not so good. So booted the PC and nothing worked, and it's just random reboots and stuff. Sent it back and had it R-made. Of course, they stopped making them and also stopped selling them, and I had to cough up some extra money to buy the ROG Zenith Extreme Alpha. So here's the motherboard. This is what's in the base, keeping everything together. It's a very expensive board. It's a very good board, and it has so many features, too long to list. Look it up instead. I'll put a link in the description of some information where you can find about this. So yeah, it's one of the heaviest boards that I've ever used or tried or held even. It's extremely thick and heavy and well built. It's got very good I/O. Some of it's a bit, you know, more of a gimmick than actual use case, but okay. I'm very pleased with it. To power it all, the Ryzen Threadripper 1950X. Yes, it's first gen Threadripper. Third gen was released after I bought this. I've had it sitting here for quite some time, and second gen Ryzen is stupidly expensive, at least here in Norway. So not Ryzen Threadripper, of course, but it's Ryzen. So yeah, I'll have to wait and see what happens after the 1950X launches now this month, and we'll see if the prices drop enough on the Threadripper 2 series. I might swap out. Not right away. I'm very pleased with this, and I don't have any bottlenecks, so it's more of a because I can thing. But yeah, there's that. Currently it's running at 4 GHz on all cores, stable as a rock, and it really rocks as well. As I said, I started off with the ROG Zenith Extreme board, and I had this, which is the X399 Gaming RGB monoblock. That's what it's called, from EK to cool it. Having to swap out the motherboard also makes this useless. Can't use it anymore. So I've got a complete one here. If anybody in Norway is looking for one, hit me up, and we'll see about getting you a deal on it. If not, it's going to stay on my shelf, just, you know, because. But swapping the board also meant swapping the cooling, and there is no monoblock for this, and there's none planned. If you look into the design of the VRMs and all the power circuits around this CPU, I don't see it possible to do one well. So Corsair to the rescue with its XC9 RGB Waterblock. It isn't 100% full cover. It's a round block, so but it covers the important areas basically, and it's got a Threadripper adapter thingy for it as well. So board's great, looks great. Love the RGB in it. The only thing I have to say about this is this one requires a Node Pro to light up, which doesn't come included. Of course, I bought the 3 LL 120mm fans from Corsair as well. Dumb as I was, I bought them separately instead of the 3-pack. Separately, they don't come with the Node Pro. They do in the tree pack. So I also had to buy the Node Pro lighting kit to get the lights working as they are now, which is very, very important. Of course, it's what, 50 FPS with no RGB? You can't have that. Memory-wise, I went with 32 gigabytes of the G.SKILL Trident C RGB. It's what are they calling it? Compatible with Threadripper RAM. It's 3200 megahertz and what's it? CL14. It's very good. I just applied the DOCP profile for it and worked out of the box. Perfect. For OS and some games, I went with a Samsung 970 EVO 500 gigabyte M.2 SSD, which is lightning fast. It's not PCIe Gen 4, so it's not super fast, but it's fast enough for me. For general storage and other games, I have my 950 Pro sitting over here, which is a terabyte drive, and it's good enough. I also have a secondary SATA SSD just hanging off the cables inside the back, because it's just like a 250 gigabyte Kingston thing, basically just for one drive. For graphics, I didn't swap out this time. Still running the MSI GeForce GTX 1070 Gaming X that I was, and it is working perfect because it is cooled by water in this configuration with the FC 1080 GTX TF6 basic block from AK. It works perfect. As you can see, I've also stuck a stick of RGB. Well, it's not RGB, it's multicolored, because you can see it's missing red, so I'm going to have to change that out. So if anybody knows of a rigid RGB, proper RGB stick that I can put under my GPU waterblock, let me know in the comments below and I'll look into it, because I'm looking for it. This graphics card might get swapped, but not yet. It's working very, very well. It does very good in gaming. I think I'm more limited by my monitor now, so I'm going to look into that as well. It's running overclocked. I can't remember what numbers are, but I'll put them up on the screen. It's ages ago since I did it, but it's stable and it works, and I've got no issues with playing games. A little bit issues whilst streaming, so I've got to look into that a bit on some games, but an update in the future might fix that. But first, monitor. But yeah, this wouldn't work when I started this build first. After I got the motherboard, I do think that when I was removing the CNIT, I broke the PCIe riser. These are very, very, very known for breaking. These are the ones that came with the Core P5 from the start. Mine has worked up until now, so it's been very, very good. Usually they break before you get the case, but mine's been good. It's working up until now. Now it has finally given up its dust or last breath. So I had to actually go out and buy. I was looking into the Corsair one. I ordered the Corsair one, but the second I clicked order, they stopped making them and stopped shipping them, and I basically had to just demand to get the money back and buy more Thermaltake. So here's the Thermaltake PCIe 3 extender. It's a 300mm one and it works perfectly. It's very, very high quality compared to this flimsy little crap. Cheers for that. That works great. To power it, I'm relying on the Corsair RM850X. It's working very well for me. I was looking into some mod cables for it. I ordered the wrong kit, had to send that back. The kit for this wasn't available, so I just went with the standard cables that come with it. In my build, they don't really show that much because there's very, very little cable on the outside. So the mod cable as well, it was hard to show off the cables and make it look good at the same time. So it just made more sense to stick with the stock cables that come with this, which are braided cables, not singularly braided cables, but still very nice. As I said, I do have the 3 LL 120mm fans in front with RGB in it, and of course in the back I have 3 EK Vardar fans, so it's running a push-pull config. Everything is controlled nicely by, I could probably have used a Commander Pro as well, but I'm using the Aquaero from Aquacomputer. This is integrated into my pump, and it just makes everything a lot more easy to set up, easy to maintain. It's very, very versatile. There's a different video on this, so go check that out, this one. Of course, I do have RGB fittings in this. These are the standard 5-volt non-digital Pacific RGB fittings. I was looking into a couple of options to control these. I tried first to order the Thermaltake hub, which only works with the digital version of this, so I had to send that back. Then I looked into Solidarity's solution, but I would have to have 2 of those boards, and they only had 1 in stock, and things just got expensive with the new motherboard. So that's for a later date. Right now they're just set to cycle and do their job and just look good, so that works. Alright guys, that is the details of my build. Now you guys let me know in the comment section below what you think about it. Is there anything you would like to change about it? What would you change about it? Let me know. I might look into it. I'm going to leave you guys with some beautiful shots of this computer, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Mm-hmm.